If you clicked on this video hoping to find the best quality pots and pans for the best possible price out there, you've come to the right place. In today's video, I aim to answer two questions. First, I want to talk about this amazing set of pots and pans in front of me. It's the same set that I bought when I moved into my apartment, and I am going to convince you why it is the best set of pots and pans that money can buy. However, if you don't have the budget for this full set, I will be ranking each of these individual pieces in order of how useful and versatile and how much value you're going to get out of them. So that if you can only afford one or two pieces, you know exactly what makes most sense for you. So let's start by answering that first question. What makes this set of pots and pans so great? Okay, so let's talk about why I chose this particular set. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, we were first moving into our new apartment, and I love cooking. I've been cooking for almost 20 years. I've cooked in Michelin-star kitchens. I've run culinary schools. I've done a lot of cooking. And this was the first time that I didn't have some rental and I was settled back home in Malta. So I could actually put in time and money into making this really amazing kitchen that I would enjoy cooking out of. Now, for the set, I knew I wanted two things out of it. I wanted an enormous amount of versatility with a bunch of different size pots and pans. I wanted them at a reasonable price, and maybe I wanted three things out of them. And thirdly, I wanted my base set of pots and pans to be made out of stainless steel or a combination of different metals. This particular set, which is the Cuisinart 12-piece cookware, Triple-ply, whatever, I'll link it in the description for you. This particular set satisfied all three of those points. For starters, there's 12 pieces here. That kind of includes lids, but there's a number of different pots and pans that fit a number of different sort of cooking applications for me. Big win. Secondly is price. Now, keep in mind, I bought these from Europe. These pots and pans were only available on the Amazon America site. So even with shipping, even with additional taxes, this set was still the best quality to price ratio for me. At the time of recording this whole set goes for $250 on Amazon. I paid maybe 400 euros, including shipping and taxes and all of that nonsense. Now, $240 is crazy when you look at sort of high-end brands like All-Clad, super expensive pans and comparable quality. HexClad do not even get me started. I was looking at one particular HexClad pan that was 200 euros, or $200 rather. So this wrecks it in overall value. I would never, not in a million years, buy HexClad, but that's a different video. And thirdly, let's talk about material. These are not only made out of stainless steel, which is great because compared to aluminium, I could use this on an induction hob. It's a lot more hard wearing. You're not going to get a dent in it as easily. Super durable. Cannot recommend stainless steel enough. And for that last point, the best part about these pans is that they're not just made out of stainless steel. They're made out of something called Triple-ply. It's like a commercial term that is basically 3 sheets of metal. You have 1 sheet of stainless steel, 1 sheet of aluminium, another sheet of stainless steel, and these 3 are sandwiched together for this amazing combination of different metals and properties that makes for great cooking. And the best part, these pots and pans are forged out of sort of 1 sheet of that metal, whereas more conventional, cheap stainless steel pans will be made completely out of aluminium or stainless steel and maybe have a thicker block of stainless steel at the bottom so that they are induction friendly. Now that's fine and they're good, reasonably priced pans, but you end up with a lot of weird hotspots, a lot of change in temperatures between the two. The walls of the pot don't stay hot for as long. Tri-ply is a much better combination of metals that has much better properties. So the stainless steel makes it super durable, super stain resistant, makes it very safe to keep under a broiler or the oven, very temperature safe. The aluminium keeps it very light. It is a very quick transfer of heat energy, whereas stainless steel takes a little bit longer to heat up, but holds onto heat much better. And you kind of get the best of both worlds, where you have the super durable, fully metal pan with excellent heat conductivity that's still very lightweight and super comfortable to use. All of the handles of the pan also have these little gaps in them, which makes them a little lighter to hold on to. The handles will get hot because they're made out of metal, but they will take a while before they get hot. So that's also excellent. So yeah, in general, as a set, $250 for 12 pieces is absolutely insane value, and that is why I cannot recommend it enough. However, if you're the type of person who's like Steve, let's talk about these things one by one, because I only really have the budget for a pot, a pan, and maybe some other piece of equipment. Don't worry, we're going to go through all of these and I'm going to rank them. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, let's start looking at individual pieces of the set, or in this case rather, two separate pieces of the set that can kind of be lumped together. These are two stainless steel pans. This is the same tri-ply stainless steel that we were looking at before, one in 10-inch skillet model and one in the 8-inch skillet model. Now I will start by saying that these are incredibly useful, incredibly good quality pans. I'm not going to go into a ton of details because I already made a full video on the best pans that you can get for your money, but one thing that I will say is that these can be used for pretty much everything. You want to saute fish, you want to saute meat, you want to saute vegetables, you want to cook a risotto inside of here. You can quite comfortably fit, I would say, 3 to 4 chicken breasts, maybe like 4 pieces of fillet steak. I would say the only place where this really struggles, if you want to get like 2 nice sized ribeyes inside of here. I usually cook for 2, because it's me and my girlfriend in this household, and 2 ribeyes can get kind of a little crowded inside a 10-inch pan. But having said that, for most other things, this thing is amazing. The only thing that I probably wouldn't cook in here is maybe eggs, but even then there's ways around it. I just don't love stainless steel for eggs. And in a similar vein, the 8-inch skillet is super useful, really great for like sauteing a bunch of stuff. However, the size does add limitations to it. Whilst it is really useful for, let's say, if I want to make a plate of carbonara and I just need to saute some guanciale, this little pan is amazing for the job. Okay, so we've established that these things are super versatile. They can kind of like cook pretty much anything except for a few specific things, but how valuable do I think they are for you? Now, if we're going to use this table as, let's say, a scale where this side is like the most useful and this side is the least useful, I would put, for now, the larger frying pan somewhere here and the smaller frying pan somewhere here. If you have no other frying pans, this thing is amazing, it is excellent, it is super, super useful. The only other pan that I would add to your repertoire is maybe a stainless steel pan or something like a cast iron or carbon steel would also be great, but again, I have a separate video on if you want to just look for a really amazing pan, and you can find that in the description. If you just want to get this as part of the set, these are both great, but I would say the larger one is better. Next, we are talking about pans. As you can see over here, we have a small one, we have a medium one, and we have a large one. And they all have their own uses. Additionally, something to keep in mind, they all have their own tight-fitting lid, which is super, super useful. But we'll talk about those a little bit later. Pans. Now, starting with the smallest one. This can hold 1.5 liters. This is super, super useful. However, it is not the pan that I reach for most in the kitchen. It is good for a very small amount of ingredients, maybe like soup for 2, or like if you want to just boil like a packet of noodles or an individual plate of pasta. This is great. Having said that, if it did not come as part of a set, it would be one of the last pots and pans that I buy. As much as I love small pots and pans, this is not the most useful. So this, along with its lid, we're going to place somewhere at the bottom of the scale. And once I have these moved, I'll like show you everything. Now this second pot. This is one of my most used pots in the entire kitchen. It can hold 3 liters really comfortably, which makes it great for up to 4 portions of pasta, enough soup or a braise or something like that for up to 4 people. It is a really, really good sized pot. Yeah, anything where there's going to be a decent amount of liquid that I want like a good amount of height for, this is absolutely perfect. If I'm making sauces, I'm making stocks in like small batches, this is absolutely excellent. And I would put this, currently it's at the top of our list of like the most useful things inside of this entire setup. And last in our range of pots, this is the 8 liter, basically it's a stock pot. So it's really good for large batches of pasta. If you're making a braise or a stew for a large number of people, any kind of batch cooking is really great in here. Blanching vegetables is really great in here. Obviously stock is another really great use case for this. Cannot recommend how useful a big pot like this is. Even in a household like mine, again, we're just 2 people, making a really big batch of bolognese, you can get like, I don't know, like 12 to 16 portions in this thing quite easily. And for that reason, I would say it is one of the most valuable pots and pans inside my entire kitchen. So if we're looking at the ranking order right now, we have the medium-sized pot, we have the large pot, we have my large pan, we have the small pan, and the small pot. The small pan and the small pot are kind of like on the same level. Next, we have 2 last pieces to look at before we get to the lids. So, this is a steamer unit. Let's move this, and as you can see here, has like holes in the bottom. Fits quite comfortably on our medium-sized pot, and it's pretty good. It does a great job of steaming. The only downside that I would say is that I use steam baskets mostly to cook like dumplings and stuff like that. I don't mind steamed fish and steamed vegetables and stuff like that, but a lot of the time the microwave can do like a really great job with steaming, so I just don't find myself reaching for this all that often. If I was going to buy individual pieces and they didn't come as part of the set, I would honestly recommend these like bamboo steam baskets. I'd recommend the bigger size so they fit on the pot that you have, but they're really nice to serve things into. The best part about it is that they don't get hot or they don't get super hot, so they're very easy to sort of like use and access even while there's tons of steam in the air. So I'd much rather recommend these. And for that reason, I would say that they are last place in my list of like most useful pots and pans that came in this set. Next, however, we have my most useful. And that is going to be this bad boy. So this is I believe they list it as a saute pan, which to me, this is a saute pan, but I'm not going to get into it. This is basically a high-sided skillet, saute pan, frying pan, whatever you want to call it. And this, to me, is, if you had to buy just one pot or one pan out of all of these, this is by far, I think, the most valuable pot and pan in my collection and the one that gets most use. It's really versatile in that I can cook large pieces of meat, I can cook chicken, I can cook like any sort of protein in here, I can saute vegetables, but also once I'm done sauteing those things, I can build a sauce in here, I can braise something in here. This is a really great casserole dish if I have anything that's going inside of the oven. This is also my preferred pan for finishing pasta sauces in, because things can evaporate nice and easily. I can hold a decent amount of pasta and a decent amount of sauce in here. You could probably cook for up to 3 to 4 people inside of here if we're talking about pasta, but a braise anywhere from like 6 to 8 portions. It's 3.5 liters. I absolutely love this thing. I cook risottos in here. I cook everything in here. This is definitely my most used pan. And for that reason, it is going just in front of the medium-sized pan. Okay, now that we've covered the entire set, there's a couple more points of note that I would like to touch on. So, very important, this entire set comes with 7 sort of like pots or pans or steamers, and then you have 5 separate lids. That's what makes up this 12-piece set. And you might be thinking, oh, the lids are kind of like whatever, I don't care, they're lids. Yes, but also no. What's great about these is that they're entirely stainless steel, so they have a bit of weight to them, so they seal quite tightly on a number of these different pots and pans. But secondly, they're also super versatile outside of their intended use. So I use these stainless steel lids as very inexpensive fish weights or meat weights or whatever you want to call them. Essentially what these do, I will use these, put them on top of a piece of meat or a piece of fish, and they apply a little bit of pressure and weight, which makes the protein make really good contact with the bottom of the pan. Additionally, if you're, let's say, braising something in one of your larger pots or pans and you want your main protein, your main whatever, to stay submerged under that liquid, place your pot, put the lid down on it. You'll still get some evaporation from the outside, but your food will remain submerged. Really useful. I love the fact that this comes with so many different lids because they fit a lot of the different sizes of these pots and pans. They all kind of mix and match. And to me, that is super helpful. Okay, so we've covered this great set of pots and pans, but what do I feel is missing from this set? Now, this is the 12-piece version of the set. It also comes in, I believe, a 13-piece and a 15-piece. And the only difference is kind of what I think is missing from this current set. And that is a stainless steel non-stick pan. I believe the 13-piece set has that included, and it's a nice big 12-inch model. For comparison, this is a 12-inch pan, and this is a 10-inch pan. So if you have a larger family, a larger household that you need to cook for, a larger pan can be really useful. I don't use this super often, but the fact that in this other set you get both a non-stick pan that is induction friendly because it's stainless steel and it's nice and big, I feel like that covers kind of the only missing thing from this entire set. So like a good non-stick pan is something I would definitely recommend. If you only have an induction hob, I would definitely recommend getting the one in this set. However, as you'll see in my best pans video, I love my aluminium non-stick pan. It's one of those cases where I think aluminium is just fine. It's always going to be used for like very quick cooking methods. You're not going to bang it around a lot, and it's usually for stuff like eggs or fish. So that's kind of like where I like a non-stick pan. So yeah, I'd say a good non-stick pan is definitely something that you would want to add to your collection if you are going to get just this set and you don't opt for the 13-piece version. If I'm not mistaken, the 15-piece version has like a casserole dish, which is kind of something in between this guy and this guy, where it's like a little high but also a little wide, and that's kind of cool. But I think this covers you more than enough. If I had to say any downsides about this set, I don't know, nothing really. I guess some of the pots could be a little bit bigger. Like 8 liters for a stock pot is absolutely amazing for like most households, but I don't know, if I ever want to make like a really massive batch of like chicken stock or like a pork stock for like ramen or something like that, I might want a bigger pot. And if you are just looking for a big pot and you want it as cheap as possible, the stainless steel isn't as useful. the sort of like excellent conductivity and like really durable properties in something like a frying pan that you're going to be banging around a lot, that you're going to be cooking at super, super high heats is very, very valuable. But if you just use this pot to make stock or to boil water, stainless steel might be a little bit more expensive without you really needing to spend that much. A really big aluminium pan is not going to be very expensive, and I feel like that might be a little bit of a better use case for your money. Other than that, I have owned this set for like 6+ years, and I absolutely love it. It has the same like high-end tri-ply steel that you'll find in something like All-Clad or in HexClad, but those are like way more expensive for like not much more quality in the case of All-Clad, and I would buy these over HexClad any day of the week, but that's a separate video. So yeah, to summarize, if I was going to get this set, the only additional pieces that I would get would be a non-stick pan, maybe a really large stock pot if I'm super into like making massive batches of meals. And that's kind of it. Like a cast iron pan's fun to cook on. Check out my best pans video for more information on that, but I think this really has your bases covered. If you are only interested in buying a few pieces and the whole set, even at $250 is a bit too much from you, I would recommend buying these pieces in this order. So firstly, the high-sided saute pan, easily the most versatile, easily the pans I get the most use out of. If I was in a really tricky situation, could only have one pot or pan, that would be it. Second most valuable, you need a medium-sized pot. You're going to need to boil stuff, you're going to need to braise stuff, you're going to need to stew stuff. You need a place where you can cook a decent amount of volume. Next, I find cooking in bulk, cooking in big batches, super valuable. Making stock is one of the easiest ways to add a ton of flavor to your entire kitchen. I think this is definitely the next most useful pot or pan in your repertoire. Next, since you do want a little bit more versatility with the pots or pans rather that you have, I would say the medium and the small sized saute pans are kind of going to be really good value for you. Kind of joint with the small saute pan, I would say the small saucepan. Let's call that a tie. Both very useful, but obviously both slightly less useful than the slightly bigger counterparts. And last but not least, I would say the steam insert is pretty useful, pretty nice to have. I was really pleased that it came as part of the set, so I didn't spend extra money on a set of steamers, and it has come in handy. It will definitely last longer than a bamboo steamer, but I kind of just use this the least, naturally. If you yourself have any pots and pans suggestions or requests for reviews or anything like that, please let me know in the comment section. I hope you got some value from this video. If you would like to buy this or any other pots and pans that I mentioned, there's going to be affiliate links inside the description. That just means I get a small kickback. You don't get charged anything extra, and you get to help support the channel, which is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to catch you in the next one, and yeah, happy shopping. Bye.